In general, if earlier when we are doing only with right angle triangle, suppose I told you cos of theta is half and we are asked what is the angle, you would have happily said theta is 60 degrees. Because there was one angle and only one angle which would give us cos of theta is half. Okay, so there was no big problem in finding out what is the angle. Well, of course, if I told you cos of theta is 1 by 3, you don't know the angle. That's because we don't know the angle, that's all. But if you knew it, there was no confusion that it could be this angle or that angle and so on. But right now, if I tell you cos of theta is half, you have two angles at least. Okay, for example, you can say one angle is 60 degrees. But remember, cos of minus 60 is also equal to half. So I can say it is minus 60. So I can say answer is minus 60 degrees. I can say answer is plus 60 degrees. But that's not the only possibility. I can say the answer is 300 degrees. Why is it 300 degrees? Because I can say I went like this. 360 minus 60. So I can say it is 300 degrees. Can I say some angle here? Why? Because then cos theta will be negative, it won't be half. It won't be any of the other angles, it won't be this angle, but there are two answers. And then you can do 60 plus 360. So what will that be? 420 degrees. But there is also another possibility. You can do 60 minus 360. You can say first I went like this, then I went like that. I landed back at 60, but it is minus 360 plus 60, which is how much? Minus 300. Notice that all these angles are giving me the same coordinate. All these angles are giving me the same coordinate. These two coordinates are different, but all of these angles take me to point A. All of these angles will take me to point B. A and B are not the same, but the cos of this point and the cos for the angle at this point is the same. But everything is not the same. Sine for these two are not the same. But sine for this and sine for this is the same. So sine, cos, tan, everything for 60, 420 minus 300, identical. So in fact, at some level you can even say 60, 420, 300, etc. minus 300 are all the same angle. It's the same position. Angle wise they are not the same. Same position. Okay, but we want to study different angles properly. But usually what happens is we define a 360 degree range and we say in this 360 you tell me the angle. But you will still get two answers. Right? You won't get infinite answers. This way if you continue, you will get infinite answers. I can keep on adding plus 360 plus 360. So I can say 420 plus 360. Right? So you can always get a plus 2n, we call it 2n pi, or you can get n times 360 plus 60. Any n, plus or minus, it will work. 0 is also okay. 0 will give me 60, 1 will give me 420, minus 1 will give me minus 300. So all of these are possible answers, but all of these are also possible answers. If I had told you sine of some angle theta is half, you know one possible answer is 30. So theta is 30. But that's not the only possible answer. 180 minus 30 also would have been a possible answer, because sine of 180 minus 30 is sine 30. So that means 150 degrees is also a possible answer. Right? What about 360 plus 30? That's also possible answer. So 390, possible answer. What about 360 minus 30? What about 330? No, that won't work. Because if I did 360 minus 30, the angle will turn out to be minus sine 30. And so it won't be the same as half. I hope that is clear. So minus won't work. But minus 360 plus 30? Minus 360 plus 30. 360 minus 30? Does it work? No. Minus 360 plus 30? Aren't these two the same? No, they are not. This fellow is minus of that, and for sine that minus matters. For cos it does not matter. Because minus 60 and plus 60 both matter, right? Both will work out. Whereas here, this won't work, but this will. What is this angle? Minus 330 degrees. Minus 330 degrees is actually like this. It will take you back to the first quadrant. Minus 360 plus 30. Can I do 360 plus 360 plus 30? Yes. So, n times 360 degrees plus 30 will work. N could be negative. Okay. But that is not the only possibility. It is 150. So you can say 150, 360 plus 150. Correct? So we can write this as n times 360 plus 150. But remember, this 150 itself was 180 minus 30. Correct? So if I thought of this as 180 minus 30, and I can write this as 2n into 180, I could have written this as 2n plus 1 into 180 degrees minus 30. All possible angles. But that's not the only possibility. 2n into 180 plus 30. This is of course our basic angle. So you find one answer which is 30. Everything which is 360 times n plus 30 will also work. But 180 minus 30 will also work, plus 360 anytime. So that means 2n 180 plus 180 minus 30. For sine this works. And for cos what works? If I use the same language, for cos what will work? Then I'll have to say 60 minus 60, right? So I'm going to write this as 2 into 180 into n. So I'll write it as 2n into 180 plus 60 or minus 60. So plus or minus 60. This is easy to remember. So 360n plus or minus 60. Okay. Whereas for this answer is 30 degrees and 180 minus 30, and then everything is a multiple of 360. I hope the basic idea is clear to you more than exact rule. I don't want you to remember this right now. We will restate it in a slightly different way. The reason I write this as 180 is because we are going to start writing 180 degrees is pi radians. We are going to start using this idea of radians. I'll explain what radians means little later. It's a different unit. Instead of talking about degrees, this is actually a very fundamental and nicer unit. So, but every time instead of writing 180 degrees, we'll start using pi. And with pi, the advantage is we don't have to write radians. We'll just say pi. Angle is pi. What does it mean? 180 degrees. There you need to say degrees. Pi radians is 180 degrees. So 2 pi radians, 360. So that's why I'm writing it this way, because it's 2n plus 1 pi minus 30 degrees. Pi is in radians. Okay. And this is 2n pi. So 2 pi is the 360 degree angle. 2 pi r comes in because it's 360 degree angle, and 360 is 2 pi. So the circumference is very closely related to this kind of angle representation. What will 90 degrees be? Pi by 2. What will 60 degrees be? Pi is 180. So pi by 3. So instead of saying these all radians, so instead of saying 60 degrees, we will say sometimes pi by 3. 30 degrees, we will say pi by 6. What will 5 pi by 6 be? Pi minus pi by 6. Pi is 180. Pi by 6 is 30. 180 minus 30, 150 degrees. Now you should be able to do this calculation in your head. Because it's 180, 180 by 6 is 30. Okay, so for example, so this is going to be 30 times 5, 150. You can do it that way as well. Pi by 4, 45. So these are good angles to keep in mind. So sometimes you will say 45 degrees, sometimes you will say angle is pi by 4. Pi by 4 what? If you don't say anything, it means radians. For degrees, you have to say degrees. Okay, so this is 45 degrees, pi by 2 is 90 degrees, pi by 3 is 60 degrees, pi by 6 is 30 degrees. Just remember, pi is 180 degrees, pi radians 180 degrees. So we'll use that when we are doing calculation. So for example, we will end up saying, hey, tell me what is sine of pi by 6. Now convert in your heads. Sine pi by 6 is sine 30 degrees. So sine 30 degrees is half. So sine of pi by 6 is half. What is sine of pi by 4?
1 by root 2.
Sine 45 degrees, so 1 by root 2. Tan of pi by 4? 1. Very good. So I hope that part is clear. Whenever you are asked to find angles, remember there may be multiple angles. So usually people will say, tell me all the angles between 0 and 360. Usually if they say inclusive of 0, they won't include 360 because then you're double counting that angle. If I start here, that is 0. If I come back here, that is also 0. Then I shouldn't count it as 360. So 359.999 is okay. 360 becomes 0. Okay. So usually people will say this. But sometimes people will say, tell me all the angles between minus 180 degrees and plus 180 degrees. Why should you divide up this quadrant, 4 quadrants? Why should you say from 0 to 360? You can say, I'll count the angle starting this way to that. The angle is always counted from the x-axis. But if you are here, I will count it as plus. If you are there, I will count it as plus. If you are here, I will count it as minus. So actually what you are doing, you are saying, okay, I'll start here, I'll go this way, and I'll go that way. And that's, by the way, quite normal and natural. Many times people will say angles between minus 180 to plus 180 or minus pi to plus pi. And usually they'll put a symbol like this, which means you don't include minus pi, but you do include plus pi. This just simply means that interval includes, you put a square bracket, it means it includes plus pi. That's why it's less than or equal to 180 but greater than minus 180. What will happen if I put both? Then when you are in this point, you don't know whether to say minus 180 or plus 180, both will work. Whereas with this kind of a definition, what happens is every point will have a unique answer. If I come here, you cannot be plus 180 because 180 plus is not allowed. So therefore you go minus. With this, no minus is allowed, only plus. So even if you are here, you don't go minus, you go this way. So sometimes he will tell you this, sometimes he will tell you that. Depending on that, you can find, but you will still find 2 answers. Okay, so you can still find 2 answers for sine, cos, tan, etc. Once the tan is given, you will find 2 answers. For sine, 2 answers because tan is positive in 2 places. Tan is negative in 2 places. Sine is positive in 2 places, 2 quadrants. Sine is negative in 2 quadrants. So if I am giving you a negative value of sine, it could be this quadrant or that quadrant, and both will be answers. I hope that is